Morning. It's Monday, December 9th. Today I want to talk about a piece of software that I have never used. It's called Tic Toc, and it's a very, very popular piece of software. But it comes with one major problem. It's owned by a Chinese company called Bytedance, and it has been under attack because of that, because of the many users in this country, and because of the fact that there are many in this country that believe that China is stealing information from the users of Bytedance. And so it has been in court, and for months, maybe years now, the U.S. has tried to buy Tic Toc, which is the name of this piece of software, away from Bytedance and have a U.S. company own it. And so it's been in and out of court for a long time. But just now, a federal appeals court on Friday unanimously upheld a law that could lead to a ban on Tic Toc as soon as next month, January. This is a resounding defeat to the popular social media platform as it is fighting for its survival in the U.S. The Court of Appeals in the District of Columbia denied Tic Toc's petition to overturn the law, which requires Tic Toc to break ties with the China-based parent company Bytedance. And if it doesn't break ties with Bytedance, Tic Toc will be banned in the middle of January. Now, according to Justice Douglas Ginsburg, who stated the court's opinion in writing, he said the First Amendment exists to protect free speech in the United States. And in this case, the government acted solely to protect that freedom from a foreign adversary nation and to limit that adversary's ability to gather data on people in the United States. Now, that's a critical statement, and I find it extremely difficult to understand why, in this particular case, the U.S. is after Bytedance and not after other companies that have probably produced similar situations where they were gathering, or not really gathering, but had the ability to gather information. So I'm looking at this and I am thinking that maybe we've gone overboard because Bytedance is owned by China. And I can understand that view, but I think it's hard because to pick out this particular situation, because there are probably many other pieces of software that are being used in the United States that are owned by foreign companies. So I understand why we feel that China is a great threat to us, and I don't disagree with that feeling. But I think it's very difficult to take this action the way it has been. Now, I don't know why Bytedance is not willing to sell it. But maybe that's because they're taking a stand against being pushed up against the wall. And this is a very profitable piece of software for them. So this is it's really a conundrum in my mind as to how we're going to solve this problem. Because if we shut down TikTok, there's going to be millions of people in this country that are very unhappy with this decision. And I don't know whether they feel that their information has been stolen from them. And there hasn't been any proof of that presented in this case as far as I know. So is this just a case of anxiety? Is this something that we want to do because we want to get even with China about one thing or another? Now, China has lots of problems right now. They're not as powerful as they were a couple of years ago. Their birth rates are going down. And so they have a lot of major problems that they're dealing with. And so seems to me that this is a discriminatory action on our part in some way, shape, or form. And why are we showing China that we're so terrified of them? And maybe that's good and maybe that's bad. I can't wrap my head around this thing entirely. I just know that many U.S. citizens depend on this piece of software to help their lives feel better. And so challenging it and removing it from their life is something that has to be done very carefully. And why hasn't the U.S. produced a competitive piece of software? Or maybe we have, but we haven't done a good job at that. So this is I don't know what to call it right now. A computer mess. Let's call it a computer mess and let's be done with it. And let's figure out how to produce a product that could take its place and make those millions of people happy. And I'm not so sure that this whole thing is really necessary. So I leave you with that. I'm confused. I don't have an opinion about whether this thing belongs or doesn't belong. And I don't know that there was any proof that Bytedance actually used the information it gathered in any way, shape, or form to the detriment of the United States. So I leave you with that conundrum this morning. Have a great day. Bye.